Shout out to BWB, man. BWB. Shout out to BWB, man. You know what I'm saying? Bandwagon Buffs, man. Shout out to Bandwagon Buffs. Thank y'all for coming. BWB, baby. Shout out to TOP Sports Club, baby.
The University of Colorado was in the Big 12 before, and they decided to leave the Big 12 to move over to the Pac-12. Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon Buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Family, do me a favor, please. Smash that subscribe button to help this channel grow. Make sure to give me the thumbs up, and don't forget to add your voice to the conversation by going to the comments and letting me know what you think about what I'm sharing today. It helps the algorithm to share the video with other interested people. And please don't forget that right in this corner, you will see your BWB gear or your BWB merch. We support Coach Prime and we support the Colorado Buffaloes. And if you buy the merch, it supports the channel. I can continue to do what I'm doing. I can travel to the games. I'll be on the street asking Nebraska fans, hey, yo, what's happening? How you feel today? Do you see that you're about to get your butt whooped? I can do all of that. I can bring all of that great content, and I can keep all of that content free if you support the channel, either by liking, subscribing, or buying the merch. I appreciate you doing that. Let's go ahead and jump into this video. That's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. And work, we are about to work today. Before I get into this work, I want to let you know, guys, I am in the comments. My name is Harry B. I run this channel. You see my face. You see me out there in the streets. I'm talking to the constituents. I'm talking to the fans. I want this community to stay respectful. Be respectful in the comments. We can disagree and we can have fun with college football. It is not that serious. So stay respectful, stay classy. You understand what I'm saying? Just do it like somebody raised you, if you know what I'm talking about. That's enough of that. Let's get to work. Today we're going to be talking about the journey to the Big 12. I intentionally did not touch this topic because I felt like it was just chatter and there was no meat on the bone. Colorado leaving the Pac-12 conference and going over to the Big 12 conference, it seemed like it's about to happen. I want you to go to the comments and tell me, do you understand this whole conference situation? Are you new to the process and you don't understand the conference situation? Remember now, I want everybody to feel comfortable to be able to voice your concerns, okay? You don't understand what's going on with the conference realignment situation. You don't understand why we're moving from one conference to another. Let me know in the comments. And then if you are not new, if you've been around here, you know about the Big 12. What do you think are the implications of us going back to the Big 12? If it wasn't good for us before, why is it good for us now? Let me hear your answers in the comments, okay? If you want to understand more about the college football conferences, I have a video on my channel. When you're done with this video, go search on the channel and you can learn more about college football conferences. I'm going to add some more information on this. So let's learn which teams are currently in the Big 12. West Virginia, Iowa State, Kansas State, Baylor, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, Cincinnati, Houston, UCF, BYU, TCU. That's 14 teams. And there's going to be 2 schools that may come over, but we don't know yet. So if Colorado joins the Big 12, that'll be 15 teams. Without further ado, I'm going to the article so I can give you the general overview of this conversation. After I give you this information, then I'll tie everything together and I'll give you more insight on this whole process. Let's go to the article right now. This article is by Ben Mock. Deion Sanders, Colorado to leave Pac-12 after TV deal finalized. There has been a lot of attention on the University of Colorado's football team in recent months. It all began when NFL legend Deion Sanders joined the Buffaloes as head coach after 3 stellar seasons at Jackson State. I repeat, 3 stellar seasons at Jackson State. After going 1-11 in 2022, there was no way but up for the Buffaloes. Over 70 players have left the program, with nearly 40 joining via the transfer portal. This has led to some criticism of Sanders' behavior from other members of the NCAA coaching world. However, the hype has never been higher for the Colorado program. Perhaps as a result of this, discussions as to whether Colorado is going to leave the ever-ailing Pac-12 has begun to circulate. Now it appears that those rumors are gaining even more credibility. A A tweet came in from the Swaim show. Breaking, nothing becomes official until the Pac-12 gets their TV deal finalized. But now, multiple sources tell us tonight that the Buffs and Bear Down will move to the Big 12. No word on the Utes and Sun Devils, but Yorkmark may just take two and save some spots for ACC teams. The Pac-12 is currently at the tail end of negotiations on a new television deal. This comes at a monumental time for the Pac-12 as USC and UCLA prepare to leave for the Big Ten next year. Furthermore, the status of the deal is uncertain as talks recently broke down with ESPN. However, it appears that the deal is going to lead to more exits from the embattled conference. Greg Swaim tweeted that information on June the 4th. If Swaim's information is correct, that means both Colorado and Arizona will be leaving the Pac-12 for the Big 12. Latest reports suggest that the Pac-12 will be adding San Diego State and potentially SMU to mitigate the loss of the two LA schools. However, the loss of Colorado and Arizona is a major blow to the conference. Despite this, it could be the death knell of the Pac-12. Oregon and Washington have both reportedly spoken with the Big Ten. Bruh, what kind of writing is this? What are you doing, bruh? But meanwhile, Utah and Arizona could both look to both away as well in the near future. To both away? What was he trying to say there? To both away. What can I replace that with? What would you guys replace the second both away with? This is Developing Story, and we'll have any updates here at Hot News Hip Hop. The Pac-12 Conference has been around for 107 years and is in one of the most difficult spots it has ever been in. With the UCLA Bruins and the USC Trojans leaving, they are without many premier names that television providers are clamoring for. The Big Ten Conference is now expanding across the United States, which makes them feel more important at this time. Since the announcement of the two powerhouse programs leaving the conference, the Pac-12 have not reached an agreement for its media rights. But will the Conference of Champions survive this massive blow? And then we got a question. What can the Pac-12 do at this time? It is extremely difficult as losing two extreme powerhouses that have been a staple to the conference is a huge blow. However, as a Power 5 conference, the Pac-12 needs to expand. Reports link the San Diego State Aztecs and the Southern Methodist Mustangs as potential candidates to replace the UCLA Bruins and USC Trojans. However, that does not really help with legitimizing media rights. While many conferences are trying to expand across the continental United States, the Pac-12 might have to centralize on the western portion and build from there. There are not going to be attractive similar media rights as the SEC or Big Ten, but they will be able to get a deal at a lesser price point. They can still make enough to satisfy the universities. Is this a death knell happening and we are just watching a conference on life support? No. Is this a sign of things to come as conferences begin to go from a Power 5 to a top 3? Probably. What are the rumors surrounding the Big 12 expansion? The Big 12 conference is a completely different situation as they are looking to expand and try to keep up. The Big 12 Commissioner Brett Yormark spoke to the media and reportedly had a meeting where they talked about scenarios without naming any specific schools. We do see the upside in basketball moving forward for all the right reasons. We think it's undervalued, and there's a chance for us to double down as the #1 basketball conference in America. But football is the driver, and we all know that. The reports are that the conference is eyeing the UConn Huskies and the Gonzaga Bulldogs as potential adds. They are already adding the BYU Cougars, Houston Cougars, Cincinnati Bearcats, and UCF Knights in time for this college football season. If they're going to add both Cougars, just like the Pac-12 did back in the day, where I believe it was one of the California schools that had the same name and they had to change their name. I believe either BYU or Houston, they're going to have to change their mascot. They're going to have to change that Cougar name. Because having two Cougars in the same conference, it ain't going to gel well, and somebody's going to have to choose a new mascot. It could be an exciting time. The students can take a survey or they can have some type of contest to choose a new name. It's happened before in history, but I believe somebody, if they join, either BYU or Houston's going to have to change that Cougar name. That's for sure. The 1-11 Buffs without Coach Prime would not generate any type of interest from the Big 12 commissioners. So Coach Prime, once again, because he's the hottest thing spinning, he is the reason why the Big 12 is interested in Colorado solely for Coach Prime and the excitement that he is generating. This is what Eric Lynch has to say about why schools decide to leave their conferences and join other conferences. Every year, college athletic programs in the NCAA make decisions to switch in and out of various conferences. This is normal. Level of competition, TV contracts, program goals, and many more things can change from year to year. So it's good that conferences are flexible enough to accommodate these needs. So why are conferences formed? Here it goes. Conferences serve a variety of purposes. They are formed by a group of teams that agree to play each other for a set number of games every year. They also split profits from TV contracts. Not only does this make scheduling easier, but it also makes the league a bit more stable, as teams that are underperforming still have a baseline income that allows them to stay competitive. Let's break that down just a little bit. You're essentially forming a small society. You're saying this is our society. We're all going to benefit from this society. We're all going to have a set of rules and regulations that we want to live by. And if you want to be a part of this society, if you want to be a part of this conference, you have to abide by these set of rules and regulations. If you break those rules, there are going to be consequences. We're all going to promote this conference. We're going to do everything that we can do to make sure that our conference is in good health. So at this point, I have a question myself. For those of you who know, maybe you work for the NCAA, maybe you work close enough for the schools, or you've been around long enough to know this answer. If a school leaves the conference before the season starts, if they were in the Pac-12 like we are, if we leave for the Big 12, do we now have to reschedule our games, or do we continue to play and then our new conference will take effect next year? How does that work? I want to hear from those of you who know. University of Colorado left the Big 12 in 2011. So about a decade later, we're now in the talks of heading back to the Big 12. It always boils down to leadership. Everything rises and falls when it comes to leadership. If you don't have the right leadership, things become shaky, because the Big 12 was shaky, which caused us to leave in 2011. Okay? 2011, we said, nah, this is too shaky. We don't want to be in this society no more. We do not want to be in this conference any longer. We want to leave. Let's go over to the more stable, the rising Pac-12. Let's go over there and try our luck over there. So whatever happened now, the Pac-12 is not as stable now. The Pac-12 is going to figure it out. Whichever schools that are going to stay in the Pac-12 are going to work it out. Before you know it, it's going to seem more stable. They're going to be getting attractive deals again. And then people are going to be wanting to look at it again. What all of this boils down to is just the money. You need to look sexy, okay? Winning is what's going to cure everything. All of your collective schools, they need to win. You need to be sexy for television deals. You need streaming deals. You need television deals. You need to be sexy enough for this to happen. If nobody's interested in watching your games, none of this is going to happen. The TV stations and the TV networks, they want to make money. So they're going to put the teams that are the most sexy. The demand has to be there for them to put you on. Eyeballs, you're excited. Like Colorado is the hottest thing right now, no question. So what's happening? Fox gave us 2 spots on their noon show when everybody's going to be watching. We're going to stop everything and we're going to watch this team. Winning is one way to do that. If you're losing, you just got something that's about you that people just like to watch. Maybe you're fun to watch. You're losing, but you're fun to watch. So people are going to want to watch you. Colorado had a losing season, but now Coach Prime is here. Everybody wants to see Coach Prime either win or lose. I don't know how many people are left in the middle. There's a lot of people that really want Colorado to lose, but there's a lot more people that are rooting for Colorado to win. The money machine is here for all of that. The money machine wants all of that smoke. And Coach Prime is prime time. That's what people don't understand. The brighter these lights, see this light that's right here, that's illuminating my face on this side of my face, the brighter this light, the brighter our guy shines. I'm telling you, he is born for the light. He's anointed for this light. People may not get it. He is the reason why we're moving to the Big 12. The Big 12 wants him. If he's getting all of this attention, it makes sense to align with the Big 12, with a conference that wants to be hip, that wants to be new and sexy. Because that's what it's all about. If everything happens tomorrow and Coach Prime lost all this game and nobody wants to watch anymore because they're like, oh man, we knew that they were going to lose. It was going to take 5 years. Come back and see us in 5 years. Yes, they will be back when we start winning. They're going to be like, we knew that Coach Prime was going to win. But if Coach Prime is telling you he wants to win right now, you best believe that he's doing everything that he can can do to win right now, and it's pissing a lot of people off. Please be humble like the rest of us. You're living all the way up there. Please come down here. We want to prove to you that a bunch of us miserable people are right. We really need to know that you are human. So we're going to give you that energy. So we're interested in you falling. That's all it is. Because Coach Prime is hot, we're trying to make a move to that Big 12. Do you think it's a good idea for us to move to the Big 12? Do you think we should stay here and keep the Pac-12 relevant, make it relevant, prove all these people wrong? Let me hear your voice. If you don't understand this whole conference thing, I want to know so I can make some videos. Maybe I need to explain things a little bit better. That is all I got for you today, guys, on the Big 12 and our move. It doesn't matter to us, whatever conference we go to, we're still going to be doing Colorado football. So see y'all in the next video. Thanks for watching. You know who I am. I'm Harry B. And that what you just heard right there was the Liberian Perspective, TLP Sports Club. Brah.